First episode of The Ones Who Live was something else. We all tried to guess what will happen, but we were all wrong. Nobody could predict this. Before we continue, massive spoiler alert for people who haven't watched the episode 1 yet. There were so many aspects of this episode that we didn't expect, one of them being the way Rick lost his hand. As predicted, Rick lost his hand, but the reason he lost it was just insane. He tried to escape so many times that they literally put him on the leash and he chopped it away so he could get away and then burned it to stop the bleeding. You just have to respect the dedication. The scene was perfect. It perfectly set the tone for the story. And I don't mention this stuff a lot, but Andrew Lincoln's acting, man, I have no words. I don't generally care about acting that much. I don't really notice bad acting either, but even I know that Andrew Lincoln is a fantastic actor. The fact that Rick tried to kill himself multiple times is insane as well. Rick is the survivor, not a survivor. He's the survivor, so the fact that he wanted to kill himself multiple times is insane. Rick is a guy who never quits, so it was insane to see something like this. I don't know if I like this as Rick never quits, but hey, it really shows you how depressed he is. The scene that everyone was going crazy over in the trailer, the one where the helicopter is going to what we thought was the city on fire, was actually not Operation Cobalt, but simply just a fire in the woods that they put down. One of the most awesome characters we were also introduced to was Esteban, and I love him. He's a perfect comedic relief for the show. I mean, everybody loves Negan's jokes. We need another funny guy. I just hope he doesn't die because he helped Rick. We also got an answer to one of the biggest questions about the CRM ever. A's and B's.
CRM designates people they find as A's and B's. A's have a strength. A's will die for what they believe in. People, when we cross in the world, the few we bring in, they're classified as B's. Everyday people who are just trying to survive.
So we figured that A's aren't infected people as we thought, they are leaders. People like that are killed in the CRM. B's are people that follow the rules. These are people that the CRM wants. So JD actually lied. Rick was an A. Another crazy thing is that Okafor is the one who found the bottle Rick threw in the water. It was suspected that Michonne or Morgan would find it, but no, CRM actually found it and now he knows everything about Rick and his family. Maybe he even knows where Alexandria is. Another insane thing we know now is that Okafor was actually a soldier and he turned against the military, and instead of bombing the cities in Operation Cobalt, he actually bombed the military, so that's how the military actually failed. He turned against the military and disobeyed their orders. So it seems that one of the reasons why the military also failed in The Walking Dead was because soldiers not only disobeyed orders, they killed people ordering them. Not just Okafor, I mean Huck, a character from World Beyond, also killed a bunch of her fellow soldiers to save some civilians. We also know that CRM wasn't actually connected to the military. It wasn't a part of the military as we all suspected. They destroyed the military. They disobeyed the orders and saved Philadelphia, and that's how they took over the military equipment and everything. If you liked the video, maybe consider punching that subscribe button. Another thing that nobody expected was the relationship between Thorne and Rick. The most popular theories were that they would be forced into marriage or that Thorne would become a villain, but I doubt that any of this will happen. They just have deep respect for each other.
Let's grab a drink before we kill each other.
So the story won't be about Michonne and Rick trying to escape, as Rick has a lot of power in the CRM, so he'll probably try to use his influence to help the Civic Republic citizens. I mean, he can't just leave all these people in the Civic Republic. Also, Jadis did not make an appearance in the episode, which was kind of crazy. The episode has a way faster pace than normal The Walking Dead content or even other spin-offs, so we actually didn't see Rick's operation. Maybe we'll see that in the future, but we actually didn't see Rick after the surgery and how he reacted to everything after he first got into CRM. The episode mostly focused on his journey from a few years later until the present. I also really liked the reunion. It was insane. We knew it's gonna be unpredictable, but this was wow. Rick driving the helicopter is just so badass. I mean, I love anime, but this is next level badass. And the way Okafor died when the rocket literally got stuck in him and then he exploded, and the whole crashing sequence was insane. I love this scene. I think that the reason why I love it so much is because there's not a single cut from the moment they were hit to when they crashed. Or maybe there was one, I don't know. I love when they show everything without cuts. This just shows the insanely high budget for this show. Like the explosion and animation of all those trees and everything else was just...
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
I usually don't talk about the quality of VFX, but I had to mention it. It just blew me away, honestly. And the reunion when the rain just started to fall was amazing, dude. This was a really great episode. I think most of us can agree on this. This episode is definitely in my top 5 favorite episodes in the Walking Dead universe. So where do we go from here? Well, I did not expect that the whole first episode would be about Rick, another thing to add to the list of stuff I didn't expect. So we'll probably now see Michonne's story until that point. We'll see her perspective on the whole thing. It'll be interesting. I hope that the second episode won't end on the same shot as the first one did, and that we'll maybe get 10 more minutes of the reunion or so. And from that point on, it'll be very interesting. We thought that they'd try to escape the CRM, but I don't know, man. Okafor is dead and Rick already has the power in the CRM, so in general, Bale is really the only person who is kinda more important than Rick. It may not seem like that in the episode, but it is. Okafor said many times that Rick already has power, and the people inside of Philadelphia are probably extremely bad at defending themselves. They're just normal people, even worse than inside the Commonwealth, so they need Rick. We don't know much about the politics inside the CRM yet, and Rick is just one person, but Okafor literally relied on him and Thorne to change the Civic Republic, so they have the tools to do it.